But we're back. Some weird frontiers.
Yeah.
Some
There's no apologizing enough.
Or westerns. And if you haven't got them yet, you want physical copies, they're still on sale at Drive-Thru RPG, print on demand. $100 for both. 2 very weighty tomes and PDF. I'm not sure when it's going to go off that sale, and it is a sale. They're $60 and $65 a piece usually. So right now they're $100 for both and PDF. So yeah, there we go. Plugs out of the way. Right. Chuck, you got anything you want to announce beforehand?
No.
Okay, so we're just going to go right into it then. Well, Chuck, who are you playing tonight?
I'm playing Pierce McIntyre, a cultist, father of Scab, owner of Quesadilla, and a spell-casty dude with messed up legs because someone shot one of them off, mostly.
Well, it was healed by your Mormon friend that's with you, except he couldn't replace your toes, unfortunately. No negative effects system wise. You just uglier than you were before.
Yeah.
And let's not also forget that you're now the newest servant of good old Chubby.
I am. Yeah, I am.
And you may or may not have sacrificed a villager to have that happen. Rumors, vicious, lying rumors.
Who would know?
Who would? Jeremy, who you got tonight?
Hi, I'm Scab. I'm 12 years old. I used to be a miner. I guess I'm what they call a Tommy knocker. I know it's after the cave-in happened. I've been feeling funny, but on an up note, Mr. Pierce has adopted me, and he's the best man ever, and I'm going to keep him safe forever and ever.
Thank you.
Until his soul is claimed. Yeah.
And I'm going to go beat old Chubby in the face.
Daniel, who you got?
Hey everybody, I'm playing Chance, and I actually missed the last session, so I don't know what kind of hijinks we got up to. I don't recognize Quesadilla, but it sounds like I missed out on some fun stuff.
That's my armadillo.
He's been there the whole time.
Oh, I forgot he was named Quesadilla. I'm just terrible, I guess.
It's Quesadillo. Armadillo.
But, sometimes I shoot things, sometimes I shoot my friends.
Sometimes you're really good with the gun. Sometimes not so much.
Most of the time, not so much.
You're like an almond
Joe,
commercial.
who you got?
Yeah, I'm Joe, playing our gambler con man, the Jebediah Bejebums.
Yeah. Don't ever ask him to spell it because it's never the same twice. And Eddie, who you got?
I am playing Ivan the Falling Star, Ivan the Bear, Ivan the Red Star, Ivan the many names, but the long and short of it is he's the pretty one. And, he fights for justice and steak and milk.
And has all of his toes, which makes him the pretty
And he has all of his toes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chance can fix that for you later.
And we left
please don't.
We left the foreigner to last. Who you got, Jake?
Je m'appelle Kilian Fauché, who is a French Calavera, former photographer, came to check out the horrors of the Civil War firsthand and is now dealing with a few jackalope wounds he sustained in the last session. So
Yeah.
We'll see how that plays out.
You missed it, Dan. We fought jackalopes.
Dire jackalopes.
They're bigger than you think.
Yeah.
They're bigger
So
than
let's get this hell gondola on the way here. So one quick word from legal. Again, you may like what you watch tonight. You may guffaw, you may laugh, you may cry a little, but afterwards you will regret your choices and the time lost. Just get that out of the way. You will feel bad about yourself. Yeah, you will. It's a thing. So last session, did I give you guys a luck roll at the end to replenish some lost luck? My notes say I didn't. And I wanted to do that at the end of each session.
Maybe. I'm setting a 10 out of 10 on luck, which is very rare.
I think we got some.
Okay. Yeah, you normally burn yours down, so it looks like I did give some to you. I'll just make a note of that.
Yep. I have more than my normal.
Yeah,
Normally I'm at 14.
Yes. Okay.
So
okay. Good. So you had succeeded in killing off a bunch of cultists. You rescued a very young girl. You got a bag worth of left hands from the cultists that you're going to turn in for a little bit of extra cash. Unfortunately, the marshal that had rounded up this posse was shot through the head in the initial openings of said ambush. Yeah. So
Better
riding
him-
back to town, Ojuelo, and on the horizon you saw some smoke, a lot of smoke. Your worst fears are realized when you ride into town, and there are dead bodies, trampled, bleeding, shot to death, and some in conditions you're not exactly sure how they got into. But this town has been ransacked, destroyed. You don't see a single living person around. And it's a shame because this town was so welcoming, so helpful to you for the several weeks that you stayed here, convalesced. Ivan, they loved you to death. You were the star of the show every day. People threw flowers at your feet. They just hung on your every word. For the rest of you, it was just a needed respite. And now, streets run red with the blood. Bodies are stacked. Houses still smolder. The
Who would
fires.
kill an innocent person from this town?
Yeah, who would do that?
Who would
Kind
do
of
such
sick
an awful
monster.
thing?
God, I don't know who would do that.
I kind of get the idea that you're all staring at each other like, did we do? Was that us?
I'm going to
I
be
don't
feeling
remember doing this.
pretty awful about this because I convinced us to stay an extra day to consecrate the crown.
Yeah.
So Jebediah is feeling kind of responsible.
Right. So we're going to pick up
Oh.
there. As the idyllic little town is in ruins.
Drinks on me, gentlemen.
I mean,
Oh.
it is the de facto thing to go to the bar when you get to a town. Maybe there's someone still alive.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna look for any house that looks like it's been put out or maintained or anything like that.
Well, not all the
Um,
houses were burned. There's still several houses here that are in shape, including the bar. Now, the one special house that held the the occultist El Brujo is just a little bit the far end of the town. It still looks to be in one piece. It's a little trip up there, but the rest of the town, it's hit or miss. Some buildings look fine, others were definitely burned. The bar, of course, is in just one piece. The swinging doors are just the doors are cracked and broken, hanging on their hinges. There's an awful smell coming from in there, like someone was in the middle of roasting something on that giant fireplace and it was just left. You're smelling char. Unfortunately, your stomachs respond anyway because whatever was cooking was probably going to be delicious. Your stomachs rumble a little bit.
Who am I to argue with hunger?
is there like bodies still out in the street?
They're stacked. Many of them were shot down in the streets. Some were hacked up. It looks like somebody had a penchant for throwing knives and throwing axes, as several of the bodies were obviously running away, and they've got daggers and axes and their spines and heads just cut down in the streets. Some of them are trampled by horses.
Like it looks like someone went through and stacked bodies afterwards, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
like they were
I
playing a game.
This boy was the one who taught me how to play kickball, Dad.
I'm awfully sorry.
It's the saddest thing I ever saw.
Are you kidding him?
You reach down and tear off an ear.
He just stress eats. They were so nice to me.
Gotta taste them all.
I miss him so much, Dad.
I don't know how to even console you at a time like this. I'll tell you what. Finish your snack, and then we'll start tracking down whoever did this.
Oh God.
Oh no.
I'm a horrible person.
If you see anyone with deadly wounds on their fronts, let me know. I'm going to get some wine and maybe some bread and cheese. Yeah. And I'll head into the bar.
Okay. Inside the
Jebediah is
bar.
gonna start digging like graves outside, and it's like, "Come get me if you find anyone or anything."
You're
He's
gonna be
kinda-
digging for a while.
I know.
A lot of bodies.
He's very upset with himself right now.
Okay.
I'll help you with that.
Yeah, Ivan will go around and he'll just kind of do his best to say his own little version of a prayer over
All
every
right.
body he finds.
All right.
No, I'm not.
Killian. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Pierce, what are you doing?
Physical labor is not mine. I'm going to the bar with Killian.
You too. The bar is a wreck. The bar itself has big gouges in it where someone was just throwing axes or hacking at it. All the glass bottles on the shelves have been broken, some shot. Most of them were emptied. Like they went through and drank most of anything. The few things apparently they didn't like wine, was still on the shelves, and they shot the bottles. So Killian, there's not a single bottle intact, but there's still some wine in the bottle, in the bottom of some of these shattered glass bottles. I mean, you can just strain that out, right?
Yeah, surely there's some cheesecloth here that I could pour that through.
The barkeep, someone has pinned each of his hands as he's spread eagle on the table, pinned each of his hands with a dagger, and just started to chop him up like so much meat into portions on the on the bar table. It is just a gruesome sight in here. Dead patrons, looks like they were just shot, pushed to the side. The player piano is still, somebody shot it, so it's not exactly in tune, and it plays a couple of notes here and there as it tries to play off its spool.
Someone here was quite skilled.
Because my dog has already joined us, there is a single live dog that's lapping up
Nice.
this small little pool of water that's coming out of a broken cast. Looks up at you a little guiltily as he's got a finger in its mouth.
Finger in its mouth.
That's
had us
disgusting.
Until.
But
Oh, not its own finger. Someone else's finger. Okay.
And dogs don't have fingers.
I was worried.
well, that one's got one.
It's got
It's
hands, in
interesting.
fact, inside of it.
This is Rufus. He's the local stray dog that everybody fed. Very loving hound. He looks scared to death, tails between his legs. Looks like no one's fed him actual food in a while, and he finally just had to eat something. And he looks guiltily as he drops the finger on the ground.
Well,
Aw.
I don't need you competing with scabs, so I will head back to the kitchen. And
Right. Yeah, that's where you find it. They were roasting a boar, and it's just a charred, blackened lump as it has been unattended for a while. But yeah, you find the chow for the dog. Nobody touched
If only
that.
they had been smoking it, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
right?
If only. If only.
First
Now
mistake.
it's pork flavored charcoal briquette.
Someone will buy it. Anyway, I'll feed the dog. Be
Okay, yeah.
disappointed that there's not more of a drink.
There's a little bit of alcohol left at the bottom of the glass bottles that the tops have been shut off, but nothing was left intact. Even the casks of beer were split open again with throwing axes and just left to dribble onto the ground.
Part of me thinks that these were professionals. Part of me thinks that these were barbarians. But
Doesn't have to be, exclusive one to the other.
Professional barbarians.
accredited barbarians. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. So, while the others are digging, I suppose we should find out why.
Yeah, I suppose after I get myself a glass of wine and maybe some stale bread, I'll try looking through the bodies to see if anybody was killed from the front. Like an axe chop to the chest or a bullet wound to the forehead, that sort of thing.
Plenty of people were killed in the front. They weren't all running away. Some of them looked like they tried to put up a fight.
I'll go to one of those ones who's like clearly been killed from the front. Maybe he has some like chop marks to their forearms as if they had their arms up. And then I'll cast Grim Conversation on that fella.
Okay.
And hopefully I will summon the spirit for
Ooh.
no, well, it's not a thing. That's just there to determine how many rounds I get. So that'll be for 5 rounds. I'll be able to ask this the spirit of this person 5 questions.
Okay. You bring him back. This here was Cletus. Cletus was the piano player. The fact that he tried to guard his face with his hands and arms is quite honestly a little astounding.
Did he have a brother named Double D?
Or Amian.
Yeah.
You're using up questions.
He kind of looks down. Of course, his spiritual form, his arms are on one piece, and he kind of waggles his fingers. It's like, well, I guess I'll still be able to play in some sense. Killian.
I understand they play harps where you'll be going, but did you happen to see the people who killed you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Did you recognize any of them?
No, I didn't. That's 2 of your 5 questions.
Yes. Could you?
In the background, you just hear Ivan yell, "Why would anyone do this?"
Yes, why would anyone do this? Why did they do this?
For sport, for fun. They came through, they took the alcohol, they took the food, they played with the bodies. They wagered on how many each could kill. They're very bad men. The leader, they called him Holt, and he called them his jackals. That's all I know.
Holt and the Jackals. Got it. I mean, really, that's all I've got for you. If you like.
Which direction did they go?
I don't know. I was well dead before they left here.
That's fair.
Please, Killian, my friend, could you put that piano out of its misery? It's out of tune.
Yes, I believe some of the wires have been shot. Yes, I'll go ahead and I'll dismantle it. Any further requests since you're here?
Oh, no, just bury me. Bury me.
We
with
have a
my
guy working
piano.
on that.
With my piano.
Oh, God.
I'm afraid the Jebediah might die of exhaustion before then, but I'll do what I can.
Bury me in my
Hear
piano.
Ivan in the background yell, "I'll get it!"
In the piano, that I think I can do. Absolutely.
That's easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Cletus. Sorry for this.
Well, there always will be other gigs, I suppose. Maybe.
I'm sure there's a lovely hillbilly family in the afterlife waiting to do a hootenanny with you.
Killian, during this conversation, you are aware of the subtle shifts of spirits and such about you. Amazingly, with all the carnage around you, there doesn't, they're very stressful, of course, and all these people dying at once, but they all died natural deaths. The spirits aren't around. No one's waiting. They've all gone on to their own rewards.
That's bizarre.
That's natural.
Typically,
as murder
it
can
takes
be.
some kind of magic, takes some kind of black, evil. I'm looking at you, Pierce. Magic to cause spirits to hang around afterwards. So these folks, these gentle folks, have gone on to their rewards.
They were just regular murdered, not crazy evil murdered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Holt
that's
and the
good at
Jackals.
least.
I guess I'll pick up part of Cletus and just kind of stick him in the back of his piano.
The little conveyor that spools down the little hole punch music, tries to, it kind of grabs onto his shirt, tries to run it through the air as
Yeah, Ivan will gently kind of, I don't know, persuade his body to fit inside.
it jams up the mechanism. And finally, the piano is silenced.
And then just start sort of, then you'll just hear me slowly dragging the piano out of the building and out across the dirt.
That's a deep hole.
That's
Jebediah
That's a deep hole.
sweating out there for a while,
Yeah.
digging.
You'll hear the clanging of breaking wood and some strings break as I dump it in a hole.
Are you digging individual holes for everybody, or are you just digging
No.
a big old pit for a mass burial?
Not individual, just mass burial for sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's
We'll-
not quite as bad then. So, chances
We'll put
out
the
there
piano on
helping.
top to tamp it down.
Ivan's out there helping. Scab's out there helping. And you probably raided the general store to get some pickaxes and shovels to go at it. And it's not so bad. You find there's a field nearby that farmers had just let go fallow for a year, but the dirt is soft. It's easy to go through. You make a big old hole, and you've been starting to drag the folks over. Now you notice again on the hill, El Brujo's home. Still looks like there's a little bit of smoke coming out of the chimney. Looks untouched. Now, if you guys don't remember, El Brujo's the one that was he kept cursed artifacts. He was he was the person that kind of cured them of their evil natures as he could.
Well, I guess we might have to go talk to him when we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't put the dirt on yet until we check out the house, just in case he is dead.
Oh, okay.
There might be one more to throw in.
All right. It's a rough job pulling out all these bodies. And I tell you what, I would like you all to go ahead and make me that give me that check. It's not so much that it's horrific. It's just like you knew these people. These were people that were, very kind to you, and you're pulling them out. You know them by name. You're just kind of tossing their bodies on the pile. So let's have everybody make me that check.
I
Even
don't remember.
Jake and I who weren't helping.
Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
After I get my drink and I do
Which
stuff,
check
I'll
is it? You
help
said?
out.
Grit.
Yeah. you should
Oh,
do
great.
check.
Okay.
Good check.
Bye, Raul. Bye, Maria.
Okay. Anybody that made
okay.
less than an 8,
There you go.
except for Pierce. I think Pierce at this point, even if you'd fail that, I think Pierce at this point is like so. You're going towards the dark side of the track. I don't think things really affect you much
Yeah.
anymore as far
No,
as this goes.
and I have my dance with the devil ability as well, so mine was actually 14. So
Jebediah, strangely, being the grifter that you are, always taking advantage of people. You came into a town where people would just give you the shirt off their backs just for asking. Like
I
you
didn't get
like
a
this
12
place.
initially. I thought I didn't roll
I
those.
see.
I rolled it twice. So
I see. We'll go with the 12 then. That's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean it's rough. It's rough. But you guys throw the bodies on. Yeah, your Mormon guy is still with you. He'll say a few words. He's helping the whole time as well. So after a while, you've cleared out everyone off the streets. You go, door to door, just looking for any survivors. This whole town was massacred. You pull bodies out of homes. Yeah, Scab is occasionally taking a little bit of meat here and there. Just a little bit of them will always live on in Scab. It takes hours,
Your
but
heart will
eventually
go on.
you have filled this deep pit you've made with the bodies of this town.
Gab, it's all about the friends we eat along the way.
I guess maybe I should stop making friends.
Nah, they're delicious.
They are.
don't worry, Scab. Eventually, you'll kill everyone who would ever hurt your friends.
So we figured out who did this then.
A fellow by the name of Holt and a gang of axe-happy lunatics called the Jackals. They seem to kill people with axes and knives and then do with their victims what we've seen. And nothing supernatural about it, it seems. Just crazy people.
You know what? I think I'm going to save some of those throwing axes that they used, and I'm going to do some return to sender business.
There
Oh,
you
sure.
go.
You
I think
pull
that's a great
axes out
idea.
of folks' backs, out of occasionally they missed and they're just buried into walls here and there. You get yourself a nice collection of throwing axes.
Sorry, Salvador.
That was the piece that was stuck to the axe still.
Yep,
I gotta
exactly.
clean the axe. I mean, be unsanitary not to.
If you're just going to throw it away.
You don't want to leave it on it. I mean,
Okay, guys, you have finished. It is getting on towards evening. You've got precious little sunlight left. Of course, there's any number of houses you can sleep in tonight, and nothing and no one has come by during all the hours that you've been here. There are a few things still living. So like in farmsteads, there's still some cows out in the fields looking to go into their barns at night, wondering why the barn doors aren't open. Chickens looking to get into coops, and the coops are all closed up. There are cats around. The cats are like, yeah, man, the cats don't give a crap. They're eating people's faces.
Are we able to track any like direction that people left from this
was
town?
a fairly busy town. So like, how would you differentiate? It's a
That's
mess.
true.
a stampede in that one direction versus
Yeah.
any other.
Not really. No.
Did we already check on the Brujo house?
No, that is something still on our list.
All right. I'm going to take one
Go
of the
check on
small
the house.
pieces I've been stress eating and hand it to a stray cat and see if it'll follow me. My cat died recently too. My cat's dead. All my friends are dead. My dad's alive.
I am.
That's good.
Scab's going to train a new cannibalistic cat.
It's not.
It's
It's
not
an orange
cannibalism if you're not a
tabby.
person.
Takes the bit of meat from you, purrs as it sits down, and kind of plays with it before it devours it.
Good kitty.
I'm gonna double check my revolver and make sure all 5 chambers are loaded. All right, I think I'm ready.
Let's go visit Brujo.
Okay. So the Adobe house, again, it looks pristine. You've been here several times, especially you, Pierce, kind of looking at his occult artifacts, having long discussions with him. The outside is painted with very colorful murals that are still intact. The one thing that shows some sign of distress is his front door. The wooden front door that had a beautiful yellow sunrise painting on it has just been shattered and torn. It's laying in pieces on the ground in front. Otherwise, everything looks great. You walk through the front, and all of the shelves that were holding all the just the oddities and baubles, hundreds of objects. Many of them are scattered on the floor, shelves broken, and in the middle of it, with a big pattern of shotgun pellets in his chest, is El Brujo. He's still barely breathing.
Oh my gosh.
I
Get this guy some cactus juice.
that's my thought. Yes. I am going to activate my oh god, what spell is that?
Oh, we got a guy
what,
who's with us too, right?
Before you start casting spells, his eyes open wide with a slight bit of invigoration to his body as he was clearly dying. And he shakes his head and he kind of peers off to his left, and you see his poor wife. Head nearly severed, the axe left the slot where between her neck and head still there. And does anybody speak Spanish? El Brujo is a bit gone at this point, and he starts talking in Spanish.
Ivan would only understand a small smattering of words that he has heard around the ring enough times.
Okay. No one speaks Spanish. Okay, so he's but he sees Pierce kind of coming towards him, preparing to cast. He's shaking his head. He's saying something in Spanish. You can't quite make it out, but he is kind of reaching towards his dead wife.
I'll gently try to scooch him over to her.
Okay. You help him over. Like, he's been bleeding out for a long time.
Yeah.
There's very little left in him. He reaches over, he grabs onto his wife's hand, and his eyes clear a little bit. And he tells you, no, friend Pierce, I want to go. I want to go with my wife.
Yes, I
Let me
understand.
die here.
Yes.
And then he grabs you with it, and just an amazing amount of strength that pulls you down
Oh God.
by the shirt. He says, you must stop him. He took the bottled demon. He must not drink from it. He will unleash a curse upon this land.
This is Holt who took it. Where would he
Holt.
take it to?
Holt and his jackals. He said the next town, Adobis. He will do the same there.
Very well. We will stop him. Once we reclaim the bottled demon, what do we do with it?
Destroy it. Destroy it, Finn Pierce. He rips a little leather bag off of his neck, and he slaps it into your hands. He says, take this. Take anything that will help. You must keep the demon bottled.
Very well. Go with your wife. Wilt into your bodies, you'll rest peacefully.
Yeah. Okay. With you promising him you'll look into it, he goes. Killian's vision shows his spirit. His wife is waiting, kind of just tapping her foot, and you hear them immediately get into an argument. What took you so long? 65 years of marriage, and you're still a shrew. Smacks him across the back of the head. And they go off to their reward. You're left in the shambles of his home. Pierce, having done a lot of research here, you know that there are many occult artifacts that were on this shelf. Many he had cured. Most all had malignant properties, but could be used in other ways if you're willing to risk it.
Of course I am. Yeah. I'll take some cool stuff.
I'm going to take some cool stuff. All right. I tell you what. Well, first of all, just from mechanically, not that your character would know, the leather pouch, you know that's his mojo bag. But what it will do for you is you get a +1 to all your saves.
Oh, shit. I need that.
The next thing, roll me a d20 as you pour through his shelves and see what still might be a bit of the darkness still attached to it. A 15.
Got a 15.
All right. You go through and you find a beautiful leather bullwhip. It's about 20 feet long after you unwind it. It's made from a very strange hide. It's not cowhide. It's braided, well oiled. There's golden thread that winds its way through. And there's like a little mark at the handle that looks kind of like a trio of snake fangs, like hooked snake fangs. And there's a string of rattlesnake buttons kind of dangling from the wrist loop itself.
Okay. I take it.
Your senses tell you this is still an artifact that's got a bit of the dark enchantment on it.
Very well. I can whip it. Whip it real good.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
I might look around. I don't necessarily want something that's got evil magic in it, but
Pierce maybe the only one willing to risk it, because you were all told that these were evil items, that he was a curator trying to get rid of them before they are able to infect anyone else. But you're looking around, Chance. It looks like they just came in and they saw this odd mishmash of crap on the shelves, and the guy had no money, no liquor. And so they just did a number on the shelves, just broke him up, killed the wife, shot him in the gut, and walked out. El Brujo lived very sparsely, other than all these strange artifacts, so they had nothing to steal.
Oh, man. That's just
Except for one item, apparently, that Pierce, you were told about. It's a bottle of tequila that houses a demon.
Yeah.
you want me to help you carry? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I'll share what he told to make sure everyone in the party knows that where they're going and what he's got and that we've got to destroy it.
Even if it's just cosmetic, I might take something.
Yeah. Like if you want me to help carry anything, Pa, I will. The only thing I might look for is I kind of hate these people a whole lot. If this Brujo fella had like a real scary looking mask that I could wear, I might look for something like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna scare the devil into someone.
Well, I'll tell you what, Scab, you're kind of poking around. And far away from the shelves and all of the cursed artifacts, you're just about to step on something, but it glints metal, it catches your eye, and you look down and there's a harmonica just under, just kind of sticking out from the edge of his rude little bed that him and his wife shared.
Oh, look at that.
There you go, boy. Go ahead.
Okay, you blow it. It is in the key of D. It is a silver harmonica. It's got kind of gold and just kind of really design around it. It's got a pleasant little, if mournful sound to it when you blow it.
Oh, that's real
taps.
nice.
Yeah, Chance. They had very little here. If you're looking around, their cupboards, a little bit of tallow, they had some cooking gear. If you want to take something personal, you certainly can. He had a few trinkets that were just, jewelry him and his wife sometimes made to get a little extra cash here and there, little turquoise, like rings and, hey, dog, stop. Little turquoise rings and necklaces. You can take one of those as a little reminder if you want.
Sounds good.
What's our luchador and Jebediah doing during all this?
I guess I would see because you mentioned the name of that artifact thing. I would see if I've heard of it before. Is there like a lore I can do on that?
That's not really something that you can do. You don't. Pierce is more likely to have knowledge of that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is definitely an occult item. I
Okay.
tell you what you can do though, since you are a well-traveled man, make me an intelligence check. Very low DC of 10.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Your
Don't have
brain
my wits
breaks a
about me
little
today.
bit.
No.
Yeah,
it's been a long day.
Sudden upwelling of sorrow as you're looking around and you remember playing a game of checkers here, and it just hits you like you just feel just so sad all of a sudden. I'm still going to give you the information though. Pierce, did you share what El Brujo told you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, he mentioned a town called Adobus. And Jebediah, you've been through that town before. You know where it is.
Okay.
It's about maybe 2 days on horseback from here.
Is there any what I know? Are there any closer towns?
It is
in the
the
area?
next closest town.
It is the next closest.
It is
Okay.
the next closest.
All right. About 2 days from here. All right. And we know that it's where they said that they were going to go next.
So the dying man told Pierce.
Yes. That's where he said they were going. At least that's what they said to Brujo.
That
should
mean
go
we
right
need to
away.
leave? Yeah, we gotta go right now.
Yes, we do. Let us bury these two. And then we go.
Good thing Kelly reminded us not to finish all the dirt.
Yeah. You take them back to the mass grave. You guys take another hour or so to finish burying everyone. By this point, it's dark. It is night at this point.
While they're doing physical style labor doing that, I'll gather up things we'll need for the trail. Because we've still got that wagon, correct?
You do.
Okay. I'll work on going through the houses, finding us food and water and supplies.
Yeah. As we go around to the houses, Ivan will go around as well, and he'll open the barn doors and open the fence gates so the animals aren't trapped. And as we go through each house to get provisions and stuff, I will close whatever doors are still standing, so as to not leave the doors just blowing in the wind and open. I want to try and tidy up the doors at least and make sure the houses are shut.
I imagine Ivan, not being a farm boy, is going to open the gates for the cows. He's like, "Go, be free, return to your natural." And the cows are like, "What?"
Exactly. He's just opening the doors like, go into the
Get outta
land and
here.
eat the grass.
You leave this to me, Ivan. I've got this, and I'll go through my supplies, and I'll pull out my bullwhip that I've got, and I'll crack it to send the cattle along their way.
Ooh. Yep, they move along. Sure, you load up your wagons, what provisions you find. Yeah, the Jackals and Holt, really, it looks like they took every bit of alcohol that they liked they could find, stole anything of value, but left behind things that, like, supplies and tools.
Things that were disinteresting to them.
Right.
But Bert, did they take all the milk?
No, the cows are actually a little ornery as they haven't been milked today.
Thank God they didn't take all the milk.
Ivan, if you're, let's just take a couple of these milk cows with us.
Couldn't have milk for days.
Yes.
I do
It'll
like
slow you
fresh
down a
milk.
little, as in a lot, but free milk, fresh from the udder.
You want milk? I mean, we'll just tie them to the wagon and
Drag them along.
just drag them along.
Nothing like warm milk and a cold steak.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys want to head to Adobus now during the night,
Yeah.
or do you want to wait till morning?
I would want to right away. You'd have to talk.
Okay.
You'd have to talk Jebediah out of not leaving just right now.
I'm good with
Might have to
leaving
just
right
try
away.
and take turns resting or something, and because we're behind a ways already, it seems.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you guys head off in the night. Luckily, last night when you took on the cultist was a full moon night, so it's just starting to wane. It's very bright in the sky, which makes going through the landscape fairly easy, less likely to turn a horse's hoof. So you go on. Are you trying to do this with any kind of speed, or just a good pace, but not really pushing it?
As fast as we can go without breaking the horses or the wagons is what mine.
Yeah.
I mean, at
Supposed to
night,
be.
you still got to be kind of safe.
All right. I'm going to make a party luck roll. Who has the lowest luck?
Usually that's me. I've got a 10. I am at max luck right now, though.
I'm at 16.
18.
Sounds like 10 might be the lowest.
Yeah.
So Chuck, make me a roll.
It's 50-50. It's not bad.
Nope.
Okay. So, unfortunately, as much care as you're taking as you're going along, the wagon hits a deep trench and you break an axle. You can take the time to repair it, or you can leave your wagon behind. Either way. But as this happens, let's see, who probably has the best eyesight? I'm going to say Ivan probably has great eyesight. As this happened, and Ivan decides to go forward a little bit just to check out the area around you as you decide what you want to do with your wagon. You think that ahead of you, someone's made camp. Maybe you've been fortunate enough to catch up with the band of murderers sleeping off all their hard drinking. Hard to tell. It's just at the extreme edge of your eyesight there, Ivan. It just looks like a small, you can see a little bit of smoldering, like there's maybe a campfire going.
Okay, I'll come back to the group and let everybody know that.
At one point, I bought a scope for my gun that I just don't have on my gun because
Mhm.
it turns out it has some negative side effects for using it up close. Maybe we can
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Just use it as a
Shane.
spyglass.
just use it as a spyglass.
Yeah.
You pull out you pull out your scope and take a look. It looks like someone did stop there. The fire isn't a fully going. It's like it's banked, it's still smoldering a little bit. Looks like there's a couple of barrels around, but you do see two forms slumped over each other. They're still kind of twitching a little bit, and they're wearing so you're catching this by moonlight, so it's not great, but they seem to be wearing dresses, likely two women. And you can see well enough that they occasionally do move. They're alive. You don't see anything else around, though. Looks like an abandoned campsite, and they just left these two women there.
Oh, well, it could be they mowed through them on their way to wherever they're going. Maybe we can help them out. Put them put them in the ground at least.
Yeah,
be-
so something
Could be
interesting
a
in front of
trap
you,
as well.
and a wagon with a broken axle.
So how far away are they? Like, how far would it take to walk over and investigate that?
Oh, given the moonlight and your kind of flat terrain with not a lot in the ways, it's probably quarter mile in the distance. You see well enough to see that.
Okay. I'm gonna stay and try and fix the wagon. If I hear a
Okay.
gunshot, then I'll start running.
Did anybody
Well-
have as a career as a wheelwright or a carpenter or anything as their 0 level profession?
Um,
Cigar maker.
A specter.
No,
That's fine.
I get.
So Jebediah is going to work on the cart. Anyone helping Jebediah?
I mean, I can help lift it up into place if nothing else.
Okay.
I mean, I've handled equipment breaking down in the mine. I don't know how to fix
Yeah.
things, but I can hold something heavy in place.
Same for Ivan. Like he can lift. He doesn't have any idea how to fix it, but
Well, what
for
it's
the
going to
sake
require
of-
is you to fell a tree about the same size as the axle, shave it down so that it'll fit between the wheel locks, and then attach the wheels back to it. So it's going to require some strength and require a little bit of skill in getting it shaved down. So the three of you sounds like you're going to be working on that. What are the other three doing?
Well, I'll probably go check out the dead body. I think potentially dead bodies, but for the sake of maybe them being alive, maybe Pierce can come with.
I was planning on it, but I am going to go ahead and cast my armor of darkness to allow me to see in the dark and sneak better.
Castaway.
Uh,
Killian? What is our Frenchman up to?
Oh boy.
Nice.
Uh,
Like the text explodes the lizard.
yeah.
I will. If they're sneaking ahead,
And I wouldn't call it sneaking, but it's an
Yeah.
effort.
Pierce will be sneaking. At
I'm
least.
sneaking.
Pierce is naturally sneaky now.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna try. I mean, like,
I'll give Pierce my gun, just in case things go awry,
Okay.
and then I'll help out with the wagon.
Listen, I appreciate it. I do, although I don't use it, have my own pistol.
Yeah. Very well.
If things go awry, I will immediately fire both shots in the air.
Both shots, as in two.
Back.
That's all. Okay, I will give you this gun. It has 5, and it's double action. You don't even need to cock it.
Okay. Thank you.
The finest pistol a government agent gave to me before he died.
And he may or may not have died by the shank in your left hand as you took the gun. Who knows?
Well,
That's a vicious rumor.
Flander.
Okay. So two of you sneak off, and it sounds like Killian, you're standing back. You're going to help with the wagons or
Yes.
wagon. Okay, good enough. So the two of you sneaking forward. Pierce, I'm not even going to make you roll any kind of stealth. You are just naturally sneaky. There's plenty of shadows. The moon is bright, but cloaked in your spell, you just kind of vanish. Chance, you've got to try real hard to even notice that you're walking next to Pierce. Are you yourself trying to be quiet?
I mean, it's got to be a best effort.
Okay. Do you have any kind of skill in stealthing about?
It's probably something that I should have trained. That's something I do bad at in between levels, but technically,
Yeah.
no.
If you haven't designated those yet, you want to say you've been working on being quieter, that's fine. You can roll me
There's a
D20.
lot of opportunities that we have to stealth.
There has been. Go ahead and roll me a D20.
Let's see here. Oh, I nailed it like usual.
Okay.
4.
You think you're being stealthy anyway.
Yeah.
You guys come upon the camp, and it looks like they stopped here for a bit. There's some discarded gear, like there's a saddle that the strap broke and they just threw down. There's a bit of excess baggage that they might have looted from Hojuelo that they just decided they didn't need. And 2 women slumped over each other, both bound. They have the hands behind their back, bound with some cord, and they're just kind of laying just on top of each other. They are alive. You can see them breathing, but they don't seem to be aware of your approach.
Kind of look around and make sure there's not anything else of interest to see other than them.
Broken liquor bottles just litter the place.
So that spell is also the one where I puke up healing goop.
Okay.
So just back at the wagon, if we need to heal them, we can drag them back. And
Pierce has left his spooge everywhere. If you need some healing, go get some Pierce fluids. Yeah.
All right. I might just try and say hello.
while you're doing that, I'm going to hang back kind of in hiding, keeping an eye open, since I've got dark vision now as well.
How much
dark
healing does
vision
your puke do?
It does a D10 if you can make the DC 12 will save to.
Yes, I
Choke
forgot
it
about
down.
that. DC 12 will save. Oh yeah, baby, look at that.
Yeah.
You're getting used to it now. It's a little chunky and it's always warm, you know.
Well, I've had worse.
Okay. Pierce, I'm going to say one more thing here. Since you do have dark vision now, you're also noticing you're avoiding it quite well because you are stealth incarnate right now. So you're not stepping on the broken liquor bottles. Unfortunately, you see a nice old style bottle of mezcal, had like a silver wax over the top. It's empty. You're thinking this was the demon bottle.
Yeah. So does my sixth sense pick up anything on that demon bottle? Or on that bottle?
Yes, it does. Just a little. Like whatever was in there, it's just residue left. Nothing special about it now. But the bottle itself is special. The cap, the silver cap's been taken off. The bottle itself is mostly intact. I mean, it would still hold liquid. You'd have to do something about where the cap was. Looks like a person got tired of trying to get that liquid silver off the top and just kind of tore it off, broke the ridges on the glass at the top. But yeah, but there's something just intrinsically magical about the bottle.
I'll take the
seems.
bottle.
Okay.
And I'll definitely point out to Chance. This is the bottle that we were warned to stop them from drinking.
Ew. Looks like we messed that up already, so check that one off.
It makes it even more. It's more the importance of talking to these two about what they've seen has gone up. Let's try and wake them or drag them back. Something.
So they're kind of roped together back to back. Both of their wrists are kind of tied up with one cord. One of them's, laying across the other one's back. They're both on the ground breathing. But again, and you're talking now in a normal voice and they just aren't responding.
I'll cut them free.
Okay. You reach down, you slide your knife under, and amazingly fast, they strike like vipers.
Yeah.
What is your armor class
21.
right now, Pierce? What's that?
21.
Dang.
21. Okay. Well, give me a second here. This is.
I got very few hit points, but magical armor plenty.
Okay. Yeah, so they try and bite you as they flail about. Does Pierce normally keep any alcohol on his body?
No, not really.
No. Okay. Right. They begin sniffing the air. How about Chance? Does Chance normally keep alcohol on him? I know Chance normally keeps himself well full of alcohol, but do you
Well,
carry
yeah.
alcohol?
I mean, it doesn't last long.
All right, we'll say no then. You've already emptied your alcohol supplies. They have their eyes seem to just be staring into nothing. They look normal. Their nails are kind of ragged, like they've been clawing at things, but they don't seem to recognize you at all, other than the fact that you're almost like prey. Like you don't see any glimpse of recognition in those eyes. So why don't you guys go ahead and roll the initiative? Just the two of you.
Yeah.
In a second.
Depending on how good their nose is, like the Jebediah absolutely carries alcohol that he usually uses to spike other people's drinks. Was
Okay,
stuff,
16, not bad.
You have to add something to it, and I don't remember what. Or reflex.
Nice.
I seem to have lost my initiative tracker. Where did it go?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my token did not update.
Ah.
Maybe didn't have myself selected.
Yep, just plug in your number. Let me know when you have.
I am not on the tracker at the
You're
moment.
not on the tracker. Ooh, that's even worse. Okay, hold on.
I'm not allowed to participate in combat.
Shame.
They spring to action and just start biting. Chances like, nah.
Mm,
Had enough of this.
this looks like some bullshit.
There, you're on there now.
All right.
Yeah, I removed you because you weren't in last game.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Oh, look at that, a 20.
A dirty 20, but a 20 at least.
It's still a 20. So you can act. They seem to be normal. There just doesn't seem to be any humanness about them. They're almost like animals. They're sniffing the air. They're pressing their attack on Pierce, who's the closest one to them. What do you want to do, Chance?
Well, I'd sure like to not shoot Pierce again.
I'd appreciate that. I really would.
They are, in fact, in melee with Pierce.
That's what I might. Hopefully, your turn comes up first. I might just try and delay to Pierce and have him back away, and then I'll shoot.
Well, if you want to do that, no. Unfortunately, they go before Pierce.
Oh no!
Do you want to interrupt them then? Because you see they're going to get the jump on Pierce.
Yeah, if Pierce is gonna die, I might as well be the one.
I'm
Right, what do you
fine
want to
with
do?
that.
Well,
Start
we'll shoot
blasting.
3 times. We'll
Okay.
send the SOS to the world. So we'll draw 3 cards. I got a 9.
Nice.
Nothing horrible yet. 5
Okay.
and a 6.
Okay.
Mercifully-
3 bullets into one of the 2 women, or spreading them between the 2?
I mean, I imagine I'd probably just shoot until one of them's dead. So
Okay, sure. Then go ahead and roll me the shots.
all right, I think I get what is it, +2 on the first one. Ooh,
Good
look at
God.
that! Today
Well-
might be a good night.
Yeah. Think
For
she's
chance.
a host.
Second shot. That it did not put the person down with a
Oh
10.
my God.
Actually, no, wait. The 10 doesn't add the dead-eye die in it, does it?
It
So
sure
it's
doesn't.
13. Actually, that does. First shot puts that first one down, so you can put the next 2 into the next target.
Nice. I even got
You
a
insta
crit.
killing them just means that we're not supposed to kill these people.
That's
That's usually how that goes. Yeah.
yes, that's what it means. 16. So
Not
7
quite enough
damage.
to put the second one down.
All right, well let's put another round in him. Oh, and there it is.
And it balances out.
dang.
And it bounces out. I'll spend my boon to undo the hex.
Undo the hex. Yep. Okay, so the second one isn't quite down, and it is their turn. Despite the gunshot wound, it still goes after Pierce.
Yeah. Let's see if they can clear an AC at 21. Oh,
Nope, close.
They did not.
Whew.
It's clawing, and she's trying to bite at you. She's any like you're trying to fend her off with your hands, and she's trying to bite a finger or an arm. Just like she was as if she was a wild animal. Now it's your turn.
Well, I just got that fancy new bullwhip.
You want to use it?
Yeah, I want to use it.
Okay, it is untrained.
Yes.
Yeah, so the untrained modifier I think is -2 to the roll.
Okay. I'm gonna roll that.
Yeah, -2.
What is my melee bonus? Okay. Check numbers. You're making me do math, Bert. All right. Well, I'm just going to roll this, and we'll -2 to hit. I just put a regular bullwhip stats in here.
Mm-hmm.
I can do a -2 there. All right. -2 is included. 2. It's not a fumble.
Yeah, it is, however, a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're just not used to using a bullwhip. You figure, hey, how it's
Just swing.
yeah, you just swing, right? And you are surprised that the little whip crack end of it doesn't operate quite the way you think, and you're way off target.
Just gently slap it on the face.
Right. Those of you back at camp, you've heard 3 shots go off. Not 1, not 2, Killian, 3.
That means either they're in trouble or they're 150% in trouble.
Right.
That's the signal.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do?
Or it's resolved.
I'm gonna have Pierce and Chance roll initiative again because you will not get there with it before the next round. But what is everyone back doing? You felled a tree. You started to smooth it out, turning it into an axle, and then bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, I'd be running over.
Okay. Jebediah drops the tool he was using.
Shit.
Starts running over. Yeah.
You hear in the distance.
I mean, I was just here to carry stuff, so if the fellow with any brains is going, I'm going too.
Okay.
It's how dark is it out?
Well, it's dark, but there's nearly a full moon in the sky, and there's not a lot of foliage around, so things are fairly well lit.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, Ivan's just going to tear off immediately running in that direction.
Yep.
Sounds good. Leaving Killian
to muck with the wagon.
Okay.
Yeah, did we drop the wagon on you?
You want to try and finish the work?
Sure.
Okay. Seeing
I
as you're
just
not
assume between exploding cards and full Nelsons, they got this.
so assuming that you don't have wood crafting as your profession or a wheelwright or anything like that, just roll a d10.
All right.
You can add the better bonus of either intelligence or intelligence.
Okay. 4.
Okay. What is your intelligence bonus, or is that in there?
Yeah, it's in there.
It's in there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't break anything, but you're failing to put it together correctly as you're trying to figure it out. The rest of you are running towards the gunshots. Meanwhile, one more round between Pierce, Chance, and the one woman. So go ahead and re-up your rolls there.
Only I can roll this well when I shoot.
Ooh.
At least you did the one time.
Yeah.
Oh, my initiative is always like top tier.
God, that order.
So it looks like Chance is going again. 21.
Yeah, well, I know what
Go ahead.
Chance is gonna do. He's gonna, take 3 more chances with Pierce's life. 7 of diamonds.
Okay.
Queen of clubs. Yeah. There it is.
Okay. Well, you get off your first two shots without a problem.
Yeah. Maybe we'll kill it first. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, first shot hits and kills her. Unfortunately, your reaction speed, you shoot off the next one, and the third one locks up your gun. But that's okay. Threat is over. Woman falls to the ground. Pierce, you've got these two dead women at your feet, and everything looks normal. And you think, "Whoa, undead!" As their mouths start to gape wide open. But no, it's just their jaws that are being forced open. There's a long kind of agave worm just pushes itself out between both of their teeth. And it just kind of wriggles out of the body, and then it starts to dissolving into the sand.
Like they're breaking apart.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
they're quite dead.
Stomping,
Quite
but
dead.
if they're melting, then I'm fine with that.
Does Ivan catch up to him after that happens?
Yes.
Okay.
You run in
As
there.
Ivan catches up, you just hear mine, 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 and then he slides in. It's over.
Are they still
He sees
up?
He sees the two dead women, and he looks at Pierce. He looks at Chance, and then he looks back at her. What did you do?
They're still tied up, right?
No. Pierce cut the bond, so that's
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if they jumped out. Okay.
Well, I tried to shoot Pierce, but I accidentally shot the two of them instead.
It's very rude.
Ivan just puts a hand on Chance's shoulder and goes, "Better luck next time."
Yeah.
We shot them. Why?
They tried to kill Pierce.
They did. They started attacking me.
Why?
I don't know. And then
they
after
went hiss.
Yes.
And then,
after they died, looks like some worms crawled out of their mouths and dissolved. And I'll pull out the bottle. It looks like the demon in a bottle that Bruja warned us about has been consumed. So this is probably some of the curse that he was talking about.
Tequila burns.
Is the curse over now that whoever drank it is dead, or how's that work?
I think it was these two that drank it.
Well, I'm going to go back to that axle and
Killian is trying to figure out how to get the wheel to stay on the end of the axle, and it's just not working. So Jebediah, you go back. If you want to give it a try, give me a D10, add your intelligence bonus. You can't figure it out either. You both get the wheel on, but then you get the
that roll
wagon
does
moving.
that roll does a D20. Oops. So that would be a 7.
7, yeah. You both seem to figure out, you slide the wheel on, and then you get the wagon moving, and after a couple of rotations, the wheel just falls off again. So you just haven't figured out how to get that wheel to stay on there. Looking around the camp, though, again, it just looks like some discarded things. I mean, there's a bag of chewing tobacco. Somebody must have just dropped. There are some provisions. Looks like they took away like a small box of like tallow of animal fat of some sort, and they thought it was something else. Probably it's just left behind here. Not a lot else, though. Just the remains of a camp, and they left these two women behind.
I mean, just cut the wagon and ride horses then?
I don't know that we've got that many horses.
I put so much effort into shaving this fucking tree. We are putting this
You've got an
at
axle
this point.
and you've got a working wheel. You just haven't figured out how to get them both to work together.
Well,
without
that's
the wheel
so close.
falling off.
Well, we got two other working wheels, right? Let's look at the ones that work and let's see what's different.
Ivan will push them out of the way and go, "Ivan will fix this."
Give me a
You said you
D10
wanted
roll.
an intelligence check, right? Or a D10?
Yeah, the D10 plus your intelligence bonus or negative.
Oh boy, how many minuses is this going to be? It's a 6.
You are completely puzzled as well. You don't know how they're staying together. I will give
right.
it to Chance though, as Chance is doing the logical thing and looking at the other three wheels, and he notices, hey, there's a big spike that goes on the end of here that keeps the wheel from falling off. Where did that spike go?
Mhm.
Start looking around.
Spike. Scab, could you give us one of your throwing axes?
Okay.
I'll take the throwing axe and
Yep,
stick
just
it
chunk. Yep,
Yep.
and that'll do it.
Process
It'll
of
keep the wheel on.
elimination.
There we go. So you have
Nice.
Wagon. You got two poor dead. Oh, by the way, you recognize the women after you check them out after they're dead. It's like, oh, wow, that's Serena and her sister. Yeah. Hmm.
Well, I'd like to bury him, but I'm almost more afraid for the next town, and it's also the middle of the night.
They were from Owela as well.
Mm.
Okay. So again, you're in the middle of the night. You've already had one problem with your wagon breaking an axle. Do you want to keep pushing through the night? You've got hours to go through the night before dawn.
It surely can't happen twice, right?
Well, I'd like to counteract that. The true damage is done. We're no longer racing to stop them from drinking it. They've already drank it.
Well, it's just the next town is
They're already going to beat us there at this point.
in 2 towns. I mean, how many towns do we let
I'm
go?
just saying we can't stop them if we've all got broken necks from nighttime axle accidents or wagon accidents.
It's fair.
You could strap me underneath the wagon, Dad. I'll hold on to the axle. No more accidents, I promise.
I mean, that's what you want, boy.
It'll be fine.
As a good father, I will agree to my son's desire to be strapped to the underside of the wagon to hold the axle together.
Should it break
What's that
again?
creepy? Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Terrible father. All right, let's go.
Mhm.
He's the
Or the
best
best.
dad ever. He's such a he's a real hero. Just pushing.
So you're gonna push on.
He was Scab, and now he's Smear.
Wow. Okay. Well, you push on. Give me that group luck check again,
that's
which
me.
is gonna be Pierce.
I'm trying to remember. Are we still branded by your iron at this point?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it's not
good
been a
for like
month.
a month.
You're getting close, but it's not been a month.
You have to give me the stat bonuses from that again because I
Okay,
wasn't
right
rolling
here.
with them.
With the brand that I've got going, you get 3 points of damage reduction, a +1 to AC, and a +1 for all saves and initiative.
It's kind of the best.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
But let me give you that luck test. Oh, I got a 1.
What?
Dang.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
You actually you just hit a patch where you're well lit by the moonlight. It's just, you're not pushing too fast, but you're keeping a good clip. Now I'd like everybody to make a fort save, please.
Nailed it.
Ugh. Got an 8.
Fort save. Got me.
Ooh.
There you are.
I gotta do
And
this
then
to Ivan.
I had an
It's
extra
just too
+1 on
funny.
that.
So Ivan, you're not much of a horse rider, so I imagine you're in the wagon, right?
Yeah.
And Ivan is used to big meals, big combat, and big sleep. Ivan falls asleep. Since you're in the back of the wagon, you start having this very just kind of kaleidoscopic dream just filled and drenched with color, where you're having a great time in the ring. The crowd is cheering, and the intermission happens. The intermission is a bunch of hands that kind of do the thing, where they walk onto the stage on their fingertips and they do a little soft shoe. It's just hands, just severed hands doing a little soft shoe. One of them's got a cane, passing it back and forth. One of them's got a top hat that it's doffing here and there. Just this amazing dream of severed hands. And Ivan, I would like you to make me. Let me see what the is. What is your personality right now?
12.
Okay. Give me a second. Okay. You are just having the best time, Ivan, in your dream. Who else would be in the back of the wagon?
Technically,
I would be in
Chance
the back.
can ride a horse, so
Chance is driving, so Pierce, you're probably on the wagon as well. Are you driving
I'm
the wagon?
underneath.
Who's driving the wagon? Pierce?
If no one else is, I certainly can. I can still see in the dark.
Sure, you're driving. You all hear Ivan starting to snore. You're like, just let him sleep. He's
Yeah.
not doing anything right now anyway. You, however, are made aware of Ivan getting up and moving around as it's shifting the back of the wagon, and Ivan is just humming to himself this circus, like doot 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 doot. He's just humming it to himself as he's kind of sleepwalking. He's just kind of going through all the gear. He pulls out this hand axe, and then he starts looking around, and he drops a piece of wood. Doot, 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 doot. He puts his left arm on it, and he
Nope. I immediately charge back there and try and tackle him or something.
So you're gonna let go of the reins?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Is there anybody else sitting on the front bench with you? Let's get that out of the way first.
Probably not.
Amazing.
I'd probably be on my own horse.
On your Chance is probably on his own horse too.
Yeah.
Would anyone else be on that front?
I
of the
have a
wagon?
coach gun in the supplies that I've been carrying. I could be.
I'll say
riding
you're up
shotgun.
front as well. Then make me a reflex save to grab those reins, just as Killian just drops them, or Pierce just drops them, and lunges towards the back.
12.
Okay, you do. You grab it, and you're not sure what's going on, but you take the reins and slide over where Pierce was. Now here's the fun part. Ivan and Pierce, both of you roll me initiative.
Oh, I don't like this.
oh, no.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't want you to cut your arm off.
Those are much harder to fix.
15.
Oh,
19.
Oh, no.
Okay. So Ivan, you look in horror, or excuse me, Pierce, you watch in horror as Ivan brings that axe down. You're just too slow. He lops off his left hand. There is not a cry of pain. He just continues, doot, 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 and he reaches into the bag of cultist hands.
Oh.
He pulls one out and just kind of attaches it to the stump of his left hand. And it kind of waggles and it knits onto his wrist.
Well.
And then, so Pierce is stunned. I mean, with that expression on Chuck's face, Pierce is just like, whoa. He comes up short stunned as Ivan just takes the thumb of his left hand, puts it in his mouth, starts suckling and lays down, goes back to sleep.
I am
On the piece of
yelling.
wood is Ivan's left hand.
I
just
am yelling
laying there.
for everyone. And then I am going to wake Ivan up. Probably by poking him really hard with my cane, so I'm not
Too close.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ivan, you wake up. It was a wonderful dream. You were just about to chaw down on a big old kettle corn popcorn that's just saturated in butter and sugar. You wake with a big smile on your face.
I had the greatest dream. Oh, kettle corn, dancing hands, music.
Ivan, what the fuck, man? Oh, I can't say that on this channel. What the hell, man?
Yeah, and then I'm just going, oh, it was wonderful, Pierce. They were dancing hands and they were doing this and doing that.
Yeah, the hand is miscolored. It doesn't quite match.
Yeah, and I look at he looks at Pierce and I look back at myself. Pierce, why does my hand not have the same color as my
Because
other
your
hand?
actual hand is over there on the chopping block from when you just chopped your hand off.
I look at my hand over on the wood, and I look at Pierce, and I look at my hand, and I look at Pierce, and I look at my new hand, and I look at the hand, and I look at Pierce, and I grab him with both hands. And what did you do?
This wasn't me. This was you. You caught up. We could hear you sleeping. You were snoring, and then you
Have we all
started
been brought
humming.
to a halt at this point?
What's going on up
I
there?
forgot I did that. Get up here, Scab. Now.
I can't.
So, Pierce, if you remember,
Axel.
so all the left hands did have that tattoo on them that was
Yeah.
actually, it's a tattoo to the god that you serve now.
I feel a little better
So
about things.
yeah, you might be a little conflicted because
Not as worried. Yeah, anyway, I'll call everyone and I'll let them know what happened. And I tried to stop him, but in his sleep, he lobbed his own hand off. And
We need to just get rid of the rest of these because they're not worth anything to anybody anymore.
Well, was the bounty for these hands only good in that town?
no, actually they weren't in that town at all. You've got to go back to where the marshal
came from.
came from.
Yeah.
but I
I have forgery. I can put the tattoo on his hand, and then then we won't be out of pay.
I mean, you could.
I'm gonna start on that.
I go and I pick up my left hand, and I'm just kind of dangling it there, like, oh, lefty. Oh,
Start.
you are my second favorite hand.
dude. Okay.
The hand that is now on your left, I mean, it doesn't hurt, and it seems to respond just like your normal. You winkle the fingers.
Is it whispering funny things into your brain?
Slightly less catalyst, maybe.
You do find though that like there's kind of like an itch in the hand, and it kind of triggers something, and then like claws sprout out at the end of the fingertips.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
And then you kind of figure out the muscle contractions for it, and you're able to sprout them out and pull them back in.
Like some sort of Wolverine.
They're coming out of the tips of the fingers though.
Like I'm going to have to be very, very careful when scratching.
I mean, otherwise, other than the fact that it's mismatched, because you've got big manly bare fists, and this one's just kind of like a normal guy's hand. It's very mismatched, but it works.
Maybe if I drink my milk every day, it'll grow.
I am curious about something, Ivan. Can I see your hand for a second?
Which one?
Yeah,
The
he holds
new
out
one.
the good one. Oh, the new one.
The new one.
He puts that
Yeah.
one out.
I'm just gonna like prick the back of it with my knife.
Oh,
and
yeah.
be like, let me know if that heals.
Oh, no. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. Yeah, it hurts. He stabs you in the back of the hand. It does hurt, but it doesn't just heal itself. It does clot like it normally would, but it's not like it's super fast healing or anything.
And that's with your weird
Right.
ghost knife.
That was with my other knife, not with Dimitri's. Yeah, I just want to see like if it's synced up
Unnatural.
with like his immune system and if it's gonna
It
bleed, like-
bleeds. I mean, as normal, it bleeds, and it scabs over after a minute like it would normally.
okay.
Oh, and it did hurt, Ivan. I mean, he just stabbed you in the back of the hand, and
Well, he's got damage
For science.
for science.
I was curious.
For science.
I, for one, would like to keep both of my normal hands.
I am.
Let's tie this bag a little bit tighter.
I was thinking we should get a chest with a lock on it.
Hmm.
That too.
And probably
for now.
have Scab keep the key.
It's not that big a deal. I've sewed my own hand back on a couple times.
Um,
True.
You'll be fine,
pretty good.
Ivan.
It was your hand,
Thank
right?
you, Scab. He just kind of slumps over, looking at his hand, pulling the claws out, pulling them in, pulling the claws out. He's just sad. It's a cool hand, but it's not his hand.
Just for your bookkeeping purposes, Eddie, this works like a hand. It's got a couple of benefits though that don't really benefit you so much. It just luck of the die roll. If you were a caster, you would get +2 to spell checks.
I want one.
The damage.
If you can find a way to put my old one back on there.
The damage the claw does would normally be cool too, except that well, actually, no, it's still cool for you. The claw does a D5 damage.
Ooh, nice.
I was thinking Mystic Monk that got higher, yeah, but that's not you. So the claw does a D5 damage when you pop those claws. Also, you're immune to any grit checks when faced with a source of fear that's aligned to the particular elder god that's branded on the hand there.
Oh,
so
I'm in the club.
that's
already.
good. You might need that.
Other than that, that's it. I mean, it's kind of horrific, but
yeah.
I like to think
Couldn't
that
have been the
there's even a
hand from
better-
that big demon guy we killed and drowned.
Yeah, I like to think that there's a better hand in the bag that would have like matched, but it's just not the one that went for him.
Luck of the hand draw.
Feel like a major league pitcher now.
yeah, but otherwise, it feels and acts just like your normal hand. Doesn't even hurt.
I'm gonna want you to like sleep with that on like your body weight on your arm or something like that. I don't really trust that hand when you're asleep now.
Okay. How about we stop for now? We'll all sleep in the shift, and when we've all had a decent rest, when the horses have had a decent rest, we'll get started early in the morning, and then we'll ride the horses hard at first, and then we'll have them take it easy, a little bit of a rest, and then we'll ride up until midnight or so.
I'm good with that.
Okay, you want me to stay strapped underneath again, Pa?
No, that's not necessary this time.
I mean, if you're comfortable down there, you can.
I don't mind it, whatever helps.
There were
No.
so many hands we could have used at the last town. But it's too late now.
Yeah. Well, maybe the next
Some
one.
reason when we went
An
through
entire
this river,
city of
everybody was kissing their
cultists.
hands.
Could be. So you're going to pull over then and sleep off the rest of the night.
Thinking
You want to set any watches? You've got like one. Well, you can get 2 watches
minute.
until dawn if you want.
I'll take first watch.
Scab doesn't have to sleep, does he?
I'm always on watch.
Okay, he can be on watch.
I got this. I'm
I
real
guess in
great. at
theory we could
noticing
have a shorter
things.
night then.
Very well.
Okay.
Squeeze the horses' blinders up just a little bit more so that when the sun rises, they can still sleep.
So those of you that go to sleep, so hands in the air for who that is, so I can go down the list. Pierce, unaffected. Who's next?
Oh man.
Killian.
Yeah.
What is your personality?
Walking the line.
No. What is your personality score?
Oh, the mod is -1, personality 8 at the moment.
Yeah, the actual number, not the mod. So it's 8.
Yep.
Okay. What would it be after you've? So did you burn off personality? Is that why it's at 8?
Yeah. After I
Okay,
rest,
so
it'll be back up to
what's your
11.
So let's say
Max.
you did get rest. So what is your max?
11.
11. Okay. Who's on watch?
Yeah.
Scab.
I got this.
Ivan's definitely awake.
Yeah. So both of you hear Killian kind of wake up doing the doot, 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 doot,
Oh,
humming.
no.
As he heads, look, his hands are kind of going around trying to find a sharp implement. Finds an axe. because
No,
there's a
no,
ton of
no, no,
axes back
no.
here. If you snap him out of it, you just wake him up. He's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I will literally
right.
punch him.
Okay.
Like
gonna look
not a
at-
hard punch, just enough to wake him up.
Okay.
Sacre bleu, what is happening?
Yeah, it was an amazing dream, though. It's like Disney
Okay.
Fantasia playing out in your head in quadraphonic sound.
I'm real scared, but I'm gonna do something I think I need to do, and I hope I'll be talking to my dad in the morning. But I think it's important. I'm gonna eat all these hands, so they stop tempting people. I can't have that
As-
happen to no one else.
You
As
know,
Scab's eating the hands, I very quickly grab my old hand and yank it away from him.
Oh, Scabs is just eating your money, Jebediah. Just literally, he's
sorry.
eating.
I know
But
how
Jebediah and
important
I
money
are
is, but
still asleep.
Yeah.
I need people to stop
I am
hurting
asleep.
themselves.
Yeah.
I'm a
I
good
will
person.
say that Jebediah did memorize that symbol, and he could put it on other hands.
I mean, he's got
Yeah.
Ivan's regular hand with the symbol on it, so you know.
That's what I'm saying. If there's like, I'm not attached to this next town as much as the last one.
Hands
We
of
can
plenty.
recoup our
Hands of
losses.
plenty.
First rude dude that closes
Okay.
the door in his face.
Okay,
Those are
so
some nice hands you got there.
that is a cool
Would
solution
be
to
a shame
this.
if I were
Scab.
to scribble something on him.
Tell you what, Scab, are you down any hit points at all?
Probably not. Let me see. No, I was back to full.
Okay. Well, now you're full of hands as you're just digesting. You feel them kind of the fingers wiggle their way down your throat.
Here's a punch to the gut.
Yeah. You swear though that some
Finger
of your
food.
stitching looks better, and some of the holes that you've just been going on for a while that you just left are just kind of they look better. You know.
Just look at that. Gotta show that stupid vampire girl how handsome I am now.
I mean, you're still a patchwork whore. Don't get me wrong. It's just
Oh,
Just the stitch work is better.
yeah. You had a
It
better
is.
seamstress.
I actually took up tailoring as my last profession. I have gotten better at stitching myself.
Yeah. So, other than that, so crisis averted. Jebediah wakes up to find that so many dollars have just gone into Scab.
I'm so sorry, Jeb. But
I'm just gonna like
stop.
silently like, it's okay. And
We'll find
he'll
more.
he'll storm off. He'll be riding like a little bit ahead of the.
I've got
All right. Next day, the trail takes you, and again, Jebediah knows the way from here. You've been through this. You know you're about to hit a wetland area. It's you know how to get through this sort of thing without drowning yourself. So it's going to take a little bit more time. The wagon is okay too. You just got to go slow. You're the fact that you're up front now, you're kind of just leading people through. And it's a little, tall reeds and kind of this marshy ground. The water flowing through here does reduce the heat. It's a fairly hot area that you're in.
Just like home.
Yeah, blistering sun. It actually feels pretty good. And yes, Chance, just like home, into the marsh. There are several, the trees providing a little bit of shade as you're going through. There's a really pleasant smell in the air. I would like everybody to make me a willpower save, please. DC is 15.
Ooh.
Nope.
Remember, some of you have bonuses to saves.
Oh yeah, that's right.
21.
Nice.
Okay, who failed?
I did.
Okay, Pierce, the smell is
You gotta be
kind of-
kidding me.
Poor- oh my
Ivan
gosh.
and even Scab. The smell is just amazing. You have in your mind like It's somewhere across between like honeysuckle and mango. The smell is amazing, and you're just like, you want to know what fruit or what tree is creating that smell. So you guys you're still following everybody, but the three of you kind of veer off a little bit. And you get to an area.
I failed too, so.
Oh, you too. Okay, so half the party, more than half the party, starts
I'm
looking
in
around.
front and I don't notice.
Yeah, you don't notice because you're in front. That's exactly right. And you guys eventually do see where the smell is coming from. It's a plant. It's scarlet red. It stands taller than a man. It's like 5-6 feet tall. The scent this close is just amazing. And all of you that failed your will save, you start moving towards it just to see if maybe it has a fruit or something, because I mean your stomach's rumbling now too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go.
So you walk right up to it, Pierce, and you start looking. It has little nodules on it, not really fruit.
Do I recognize what kind of plant this might be?
I tell you what, it's possible.
Okay.
Because it is something supernatural. I won't let you make me an intelligence check, but how much did you fail your save by?
Let's see. What was our goal? 14 or 15?
15.
15. I failed it by 4.
By 4. So okay, so 14 then. I was going to do base 10 plus what you failed by. So 14.
12. Nope.
No idea. So you reach forward and you start looking at the nodules, wondering if they're edible. All of you are getting closer to it as well. The smell is just undeniable. And so the camera pans back and it shows these vines that are at the further edge of the plant. They start to wrap up. You see them kind of sinuously wind their way around everybody's legs. Kind of it rears back like a snake and taps a vein on the leg, just going right through the clothing. I'm going to say scab. It just absolutely releases you because you've got nothing in you that it wants to eat, but you're still intoxicated by the smell nonetheless. But you do look down and you see that all your friends have these vines attached to their legs, and the vines are pulsing as it's sucking blood and vital juices out of everybody. So everybody's going to take some damage here.
I need that.
Yeah, I need that blood. It's mine.
Yeah.
Quit it.
Let's see.
Stop that.
Okay, so everybody roll a D3. And whatever you roll, that's how much strength and stamina
Oh,
you
Oh my
lose.
god.
Okay, now scab, it doesn't affect you. It takes a little taste of you and just, lets go. But you're kind of still enthralled by the smell. But you see your friends here might be in a little bit of danger. Your head's a
We
little
all
foggy.
rolled
though.
3s.
But
Jebediah,
you know what I'm gonna do?
You ask a question. You're like, you're not quite sure about this crossing, whether the wagon's going to make it or not. And nobody answers you. You're like, hey, guys. And you turn around and they're not anywhere near you. They're on this little embankment.
I'm like waving from the wagon, like, they stared away.
I'm just
Where'd they go?
Like, just let's let them go. Let's see what happens.
I'll
I just
start
want to
right
crack
over.
the coconut, neat the sweet. Me. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna ask, like, do I actually smell this, or is this like a magic
You
effect
do.
where I don't
You just,
smell it?
you
if I
just
pass
shrug it off. It doesn't
Okay.
mesmerize you like it does them. It's just like, yeah, it's an interesting smell, but
Okay.
you don't think much more of it.
Okay. What were you saying, Scab?
I mean, I assume it's appealing to me. It must have a little bit of that rotten meat smell because it's probably. So I'm going to try and go to wherever seems like where the brain meat would be, lodge an axe and start trying to shove my face in.
So Scab, you do that. So you get a little closer to the plant and you're smelling that smell of like rotting meat. You realize it's not coming from the plant. As you get closer, you feel the snap under you as you just stepped through somebody's skull. There's like the remains of bodies just littered all around the roots of these plants. There's some that are still got a little bit of flesh on them, and that's where that smell's coming from.
Oh boy.
I'm going to say that breaks you out of the spell. So you become a little unfoggy. You see your friends are just enthralled as they're starting to get a little pale.
I guess I should probably start helping with that. Do get these handy axes.
All right.
Probably good.
You do.
I tell you what. So you were going to chop at one of these, trying to get to the meats. We'll say, just do some
Yeah.
damage. You don't have to roll to hit. They're plants.
All right.
They don't move.
Hand axe would probably normally be a D6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for Tommyknocker, they'll turn into a D8, I think.
Mhm.
Okay.
D7. D7. That's the one. I'm
D7.
from.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, he's
Okay.
right. It's one up.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, let me correct that. That's I'm used to thinking regular
Yeah. Funky dice.
funky dice. I'll just roll it like normal.
Oh,
so
God.
he'll still do decent damage.
Okay. So it's Pierce, it's Killian, and it's Chance and Ivan, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me roll a D4.
No, I passed mine.
Oh, you passed.
Killian's
so
fine.
D3.
It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
I was just kind of on the wagon with Pierce.
Ivan Pearson myself.
and I'm riding up on my horse whenever I get there.
Ivan, it is your plant that Scab has just destroyed. I'm going to say this is do roll me a D3, unfortunately, and you're going to lose that much more stamina and strength. Ooh, just a point off of each. But the plant dies, kind of releasing you from the thrall, and you feel so weak, so tired. Jebediah is on his way. You don't know what's going on, Jebediah. They're just kind of all standing around these plants, but you're heading back that way to see what's going on.
Can I see what Scab just attacked with an axe?
Yeah, it's some kind of tall flower sort of thing, like really tall.
Well, I'm going to go down there and take some shots with my coach gun at the things that.
Okay, so
Scab's
it's going to be
chop.
another round before you get close enough to see that they're actually,
Mhm.
like being attacked or whatever. I mean, because it just looked like Scab was just trying to fell it down, not like he was attacking it, because the intent was he wanted to cut off a bit of it to eat. Right, so you're not sure what's going on.
What are
so
y'all doing?
Yeah, there you go. So the rest of you that are still being eaten off of, go ahead and roll me another D3.
Oh no.
If anybody hits 0, let me know.
Oh,
Pierce.
my God.
So my strength is at 2 and my stamina
Yeah.
is at 1.
Okay,
Oh,
you
God.
just feel so drained. You're very pale.
But you feel so happy too.
All
Which
right.
is great
So
because
we'll
the
say,
character sheet doesn't let you go that low.
yeah. So Killian, you now can see that yes, some of the limbs of that flower are attached to your friends. They're definitely being attacked. Ivan is just kind of shaking his head, a little shaky on his feet, but he seems to have been released for whatever hold it has. Scab had just cut one of them down. So what do you guys want to do? Killian, you said you're going to shoot at one of the plants. Technically not in melee with your friends, so it's a clean shot if you want to take one to one of the plants.
Yeah. I'll take
Okay.
one to each of them. It's a double barrel shotgun.
Yeah, go ahead. Draw
Am
your cards.
I up there as well? Because I was writing
Yes.
back down.
Queen of
Okay.
diamonds.
Okay.
And 8 of spades.
So the first one will go off.
Yeah.
Can I see the vines?
Yes.
On them now at this point. Okay. I can hit with magic missile cards on them.
Sure. You can
So I'll
start
start
drawing.
doing
Killian got off one good shot, so go ahead and give us the roll to see if that shot actually hits. Yeah, it did. 6 points of damage. Okay. The plant. I mean, hole goes through the plant, but you see the tentacles are still sucking the vital juices out of your friend.
Oh boy.
Let's see what Jebediah gets done here.
Okay.
Daniel? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Chances.
All right. First card. 2.
Okay.
And so it's just a magic missile. I'm just going to be going in order of people,
Sure.
how close they are to me.
That's
so, 2. King of diamonds.
Oh, no.
We're all gonna die
Okay, stop.
God.
Okay, do the damage of the first card. Pierce is going to be the closest one to you.
Okay. I hope that's one that I don't have to.
I'll look it up for you real quick if you want.
Points.
think
Okay.
2 damage there.
That gives us 8. Okay, so Pierce, you're released. Between Killian and Jebediah's damage, yours releases you.
Do I take more?
Oh,
You do. So one more round, D3.
Well, we might be all right. This is the card bursts into a flock of ghostly avians
Rolled
centered
another
on
3.
the gambler.
Oh no.
I am now 0 on both strength and stamina.
Okay, Pierce
Well, it's
falls
technically-
over. Starts
If I'm
convulsing.
drawing cards, it would still be my turn, though, right?
But when he gets released, he still takes damage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but your card is
Never
the
mind.
surrounding friends and foes within a 50-foot radius are thrown 1d30 plus 5 per caster level.
Oh God.
So it's 1d50.
Affected targets suffer 1d6 damage per 10 feet thrown.
Wow.
A DC 15 fort save may take after that. I don't know how many people are close to him though. So
I would have started throwing cards as soon as it's up to Bert at how
So I tell you what,
far
roll
away
2d6.
I would have to be.
Roll 2d6
Two.
times 10. That's
Okay.
how many feet away you got before you could see what was going wrong.
2d6 times 10. Okay.
Yep. 70 feet away.
Okay. Cool. Everyone's good then.
So the only one that's going to
well within my
Yeah.
yeah. So that's
Okay.
good. So so is anyone within that?
No, I tell you what though, that's going to be enough to finish off the rest of the plants. Scab is the only one that, well, actually no, Scab dropped his, so no, Scab will be fine as well. So those of you that are still being leeched off of, which is only chance, D3, you'll take that much more before you're released.
I'm okay.
All right.
All right.
So Pierce is looking bad. He's really pale. He's breathing barely. His pulse is really ragged. So Pierce,
Yeah.
make me a fort save. How much total strength and stamina did you got reduced from the beginning of this?
I was at 8
Okay.
on
So 8
strength
points.
and 7 on stamina.
Okay.
So 8
So-
and 7.
Yeah.
So fort save, I rolled a 12.
Okay. I mean, you guys get to him and he suffered a lot of blood loss. And there's not a lot you can do unless you got some mystical ways of healing, but he'll be okay given some time.
What's wrong
So
with
Chuck,
you?
you
Well,
made the
this-
save, which means that it is all temporary. You'll regain it just like you would
Oh,
from.
Okay.
But until that one good night of sleep to get at least one of those over 0, you are unconscious. You're in a coma.
Hopefully all these shenanigans have been slowing down whoever we're tracking. Are any of those bodies fresh over there, Scab?
There's some that are
So-
fresh, yes.
I don't
So,
give a bleep about
will
these
the rest of
bodies.
us regain those stats with rest?
Yeah, just with normal rest.
Okay.
So if someone actually succumbs and gets to 0, what happens is that roll will decide whether it's permanent loss,
Ooh.
meaning death, if you hit 0,
Oh.
or comes back over time.
Oh
Man.
man.
You are so lucky.
Yeah.
You made the one roll that you really needed to make.
I almost died.
He has experience regaining his stats.
I do.
Yes, he does.
He's
So,
good at this.
I've
to
never seen
answer-
someone's spirit just poke out of their body like that, but
He
he'll
just
live.
turtled a little bit, turtled a little bit, looked
And
around.
then right back in.
I don't know what this shadowy substance all around his spirit is, though. That's ominous. I'll go ahead and I'll put him back
Never
on
mind
the cart.
all that.
Wow, he's very like. I'll put him back on the wagon, and we'll just take care of him for a bit.
Yeah, he's very pale, but he'll make it. He's just going to be out until he can get complete bed rest for at least a day. And to answer the other question that Jebediah, I think, asked, yes, Gab, some of those corpses are fresh within like the last 12 hours.
Mm.
Yeah, they're fresh. I don't really care. I'm gonna help my dad stay hydrated. Gonna make sure to like get some jerky and chew it up for him because he's too weak to chew for himself.
Just
And
baby
spit
bird
it
it to
down
him.
into his mouth.
It's only fair. I mean, how many times has
It-
Scab, has everyone else eaten Pierce's vomit? So, you know,
is.
it's
It
only
is.
fair.
Yeah, and this is
Gonna-
Father like son.
It's my turn to
Mutual.
play Mama Bird.
Ivan pat you on the back. He'll be okay. You're a good boy.
I'm trying.
I want to try and drag a few of those bodies out.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
Ooh. As
Make
he's
me a luck
dragging them
check,
out,
Jebediah.
yeah, I'm right there with him now. Checking out those bodies.
You can do the same thing. Make me a luck check.
Okay. 10, this pass.
7 is pass.
Okay. Both of you roll me a d10.
There's something we're looking for here.
1.
6.
Jebediah, you find basically $10 on the corpse that you pull out.
Okay.
Killian found the mother lode as this guy apparently robbed a bunch of people, and there's $60 in his pocket.
Now, does this guy, by any chance, have any throwing axes or throwing knives? On him?
Yes, in fact. Well, actually, the one that you have has no axes, but he's got one of those little holsters on his side that would hold an axe. And Jebediah definitely has a couple of axes still kind of shoved in.
Hmm.
I'm burning a personality point to cast Grim Conversation on this guy.
Ah, okay. So, Killian, it does not work, which tells you that his soul has been devoured because it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh boy, that is grim silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any like identifying similarities between the two of these guys? Do they have like matching tattoos? Do they've got
No,
like...
nothing like that. I mean, they both look kind of outlawish, and the fact that they're not well cared for. They've got dusty clothes on. Definitely have a penchant for sharp objects. They both had carried axes. One of them still has a machete strapped to his leg. They've got pistols in their belts. But it's not like they're wearing like the company jacket or
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
But they don't have their gang leather jacket.
Yeah, not so much.
With
They don't
name
have
tags.
the jackals embroidered on the back of their jean jackets. Nothing like that.
All right. I mean, that confirms they went this way.
Yep. And unfortunately, your preacher man is still with you, but he can't do anything about stat drops like that. He doesn't have that spell.
Oh, he is with us still. Okay.
Yeah, he is still with you.
Get better, preacher man.
Actually, give me a second. You're one step to the path of the damned, right, Chuck?
Yup.
Yeah, he can't do anything for you.
Yup.
All right. You guys get everybody back onto the wagon. There's really nothing. It was just these two guys that were fresh. So you both pulled out a person. Looks like they were together, but it's hard to tell. I mean, they died around the same time. You know that for sure. And now Killian knows that there's something going on, that the soul is just gone. It's not anywhere to be returned.
Is this plant dead now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I want to look for like a seed pod or something on it.
Oh yeah. If you want to uproot it, yes, you can find seed pods.
All right. I'm gonna keep those for later.
For reasons.
For reasons.
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 Yeah.
Jebediah will line his mansion one day with these hell blooms, and they will be his guardians.
Yeah,
Oh, my.
something like that. Or
Well,
if there's someone I really don't like, they're gonna go in their potted bush in their house or something.
so we're almost done, but let's just get this introduction out here. As you do push on, and you do reach Adobus by sunset, nothing else happens along the way. At some point, Pierce breathing becomes more normal, and he's just obviously sleeping now, snoring back there. Occasionally yells out some inconsequential thing about he had to sacrifice that person to the dark go to the woods. Just nonsense, nothing that
Yeah,
Sure,
it's
you
just
did, Dad. It's okay.
So I
It's
dropped
just
the
a
map
favor.
up here that I think you guys might be able to see on the screen. Here we go. So Adobus is kind of at the bottom of like a canyon, and you guys are coming in over this like top lip. So you're looking down below you at the city of Adobus. And there's a large portion of the town in flames. You see town folks swarming from building to building. Some of them like taking people out, rescuing them. Some of them look like they're going in and just looting. Above you here, there's Jebediah knows this. There's kind of like not a watchtower, but like a small hut, a small building here that the police or the sheriffs have like a deputy station here just to greet people coming in. It's a small building standing above the valley. Down below you again is a small town. There's normally a deputy posted here, Jebediah, but he seems to have vacated the building. But you do see a horse tied to the post outside. There's a wooden sign marking the town's laws. Basically, you can have a gun, but you got to have it bonded. You got to check in with the police, that sort of thing. Yeah, and as you're approaching, the front door to the shack kind of just squeaks a little bit as it's moved in the wind. And we'll end there as you guys have reached kind of like this outpost right above the town of Dovis. It looks like already the burning has started below. All right.
Okay.
but there's still
right.
people alive there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pierce,
man.
Pierce is going to be in a coma. You did well. I tell you what, you did ride most of the day. You did almost nothing. You arrived here at dusk. That is a normal amount of sleep. So you're 1 stamina and 1 strength back. So you're conscious.
Does that minor amount of recovery apply for all of us?
Yeah. Well, all of you that weren't having to ride a horse, like if Daniel, if your character was going to just lay out in the back of the wagon just to recover, then yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
you can have
recovery
it
is
back.
more important in this case.
Yeah. I mean, you could tie your horse up on a lead and just have it follow. It's fine. If you wanted to rest, that'll help. Oh, actually, are you down? You're just down stamina and strength. You're not down hit points, are you?
I'm also down personality.
Okay. Yeah. So you get
for reloading.
Normal recovery then.
I need those personality points to reload my gun.
Personality points are
Are
all
we-
back after a normal rest, and then your strength and stamina 1 point come back after rest.
Gotcha.
Is anybody actually down hit points right now?
Down a couple.
You're down a couple. Okay,
Um,
hold on.
After the long rest earlier, I'm good to go. Also, Pierce's puke.
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
can roll your hit dice back. Preacher Man will try to do some healing on your body
Sure.
once you're back up and moving again. Can't do anything about your ability burn, but he can do something about your hit points. 3 points back.
I'll take it.
Okay. We'll end it there, guys. As you are
Mm.
just above town of Adobus, Holt and the Jackals have unleashed something. There we go.
Okay. I'm still
All right,
alive.
Chuck, what have the
Yeah.
kobolds got going on next week?
Yeah, so on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Defenders of Kobold, every Wednesday we have an alien campaign called All Fear the Ishtar. Bert, Jeremy, and Dan are in that, where they're playing space pirates. Every Friday, 10 p.m. Central on our Twitch channel. Joe's running us through some heart. Dan, Jake, and I are in that. It's we make Joe's life as hard as we possibly can.
It's going well. It's going well.
Yeah. Occasionally, you can catch us the same Saturday as this game at 1 p.m. over on Grim and Perilous Plays. I run a Tales from the Loop game, and Dan is in that usually. Today, he wasn't there because he had to go fight someone.
Yep.
And
Had to be done.
Had to be done. And then we got a new show on our YouTube, comes out every Tuesday and Thursday morning, where John is running us through some Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the Age of Ashes campaign, where we're all playing goblins. And that's every single Tuesday and Thursday. They're 20-minute-ish episodes, so if you want something nice and quick and easy to watch, we got you covered. Oh, and Steve's in that one too, yeah.
Jeremy, tell us about that Patreon.
Yeah, and read some Patreon. Get comics, maps, tokens, other fun assets. Check it out.
Good stuff. Catch my own Twitch stream at twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder, or more importantly, go to my podcast, Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. Now over 14 years of role-playing goodness, but more importantly, my social links are all in there. Get on the Discord channel. Give my YouTube channel some love. I'm so close to having 100 people. 100 people would be nice. It ends up being just a place that all the live streams get stashed to, but still 100 people would be nice. Check it out. Good stuff. Next week, Tuesday, we're playing 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons in the Greyhawk setting. Friday, we have a double header. Earlier, we have some Blade Runner, new game out on the markets now. And then following that, some BX Dungeons and Dragons. Next Saturday is Cyberpunk Red. And next Sunday is Shadowrun, 2nd edition. So we've got a full week of programming next week. So check that out. Folks, thank you very much for watching tonight. Much appreciate everyone out there. Hope you're enjoying this. Although, again, lawyers say you will feel bad about yourself for doing so. Let's say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.